I was born in the San Fernando Valley in Southern California, adopted into a family there in 1963. Grew up, middle class, working mom and dad, a couple sisters, a couple brothers. At 77, maybe 14 years old, I used to take my skateboard over to the bus stop, ride the bus stop over to Westwood. The Hamsters and the place called All American Burger had a bike night there, and so I would go and look at all the custom bikes. My first Harley in 85, 86, customized it in my parents' garage and sold that bike, and then bought a Softail. I was over visiting a buddy of mine, the bike got knocked over in the driveway, I got a little insurance money, went to customizing the bike, used that to buy some aftermarket parts and trick it out, and really kind of got bitten there with customizing. And Arlen Ness's catalog sat on my nightstand, and he was a big hero of mine. And one of the mechanics at Showcase Cycles told me, I said, how did you learn how do you know all this? And he said, I went to Motorcycle Mechanics Institute in Phoenix, Arizona. That's where I got my start. So I looked into it. I think several months later, I was in a U-Haul driving to Phoenix. I spent a couple years up at the Motorcycle Mechanics Institute taking every course they offered, from Harley to early model to two-stroke to watercraft. I wanted to know everything. So Jack, who is still my service manager, was attending MMI, and we were partners together through MMI. I had a friend who ran the highway patrol auctions in California, and we would go every weekend. We would put in some sealed bids, and we'd go get a couple of FXRPs. So then Jack and I would jump on the bikes, ride them back through the desert in the middle of the night, and be at school at 7 in the morning on Monday. So, and then we would customize those bikes from buying swap meet parts, and FXRs were very prevalent. Then we'd rip the fairings off and make them like custom FXRs, and we'd sell them in the paper, and that's how we paid for our rent and put ourselves through school. A couple guys came and answered one of our ads to buy a bike, and long story short, those guys ended up becoming friends of ours. That was Greg Mastriani and Owen Lewis, and the three of us put some money together and opened up American Legend Motorcycle Company, which was, I don't know, 1,500 plus square foot shop. It was just down the street here. We started doing service and light customizing. I ended up several years later buying Owen and Greg out of the business. I changed the business's name to Paul Yaffe Originals. We had realized that American Legend Motorcycle Company and my name, Paul Yaffe, and then I had this little billet product line called Beyond Bolt-On. I was making little side mount license plates and little covers and stuff for bikes. I had always wanted to create products and sell products, and moved into this building in '99. Quickly took even over that. We moved into this first building, and then there's a second building that we took over within a few months. Just grew immediately. Came out with a really spiffy, long, expensive catalog that promoted all of our billet stuff, and at the time we were making frames and tanks, and we were getting into roller kits and the customs. Cashmere in '98, Sliver in '99, and then Prodigy in 2000. Those three bikes won the World's Most Beautiful Motorcycle at the Oakland Roadster Show, '98, '99, and 2000. 3 times consecutively. It had never been done. At the time, it was a huge deal for us, and the style of these motorcycles became wildly popular, and they really had kind of a profound effect on the shape of the Pro Street movement. And Mattel made a Hot Wheel out of this bike. That was a pretty big feather in my cap. You'll see that one of the Hot Wheels is sitting there, and it says Prodigy and has my name on it, which is pretty fantastic. In 2005, 6, 7, we came out with Bagger Nation, and it was a coincidence. I had bought a Street Glide for my wife and I to ride through Mexico, and I started customizing it. Everybody was really excited that we were customizing it. They came to the shop to see it, and we went out on tour 2007 with a Bagger Nation tent and completely changed directions. Just abandoned all the custom stuff we were doing and trying to do something new. And it was awesome. I mean, it was immediately well received. Our product was immediately in demand. We couldn't make it fast enough again. We haven't even gotten into big wheel bikes yet. So 2000, the next bike I did, that was a Street Glide. The picture's hanging around here somewhere. And then I did a 23-inch bike with raked trees. I mean, everybody just went nuts over this 23-inch Road Glide. They just couldn't believe it. And the dam really broke open, and we were going crazy trying to make as much stuff as fast as we could. We're lucky enough to have a great following of customers who allow us to do custom bikes like this Road King we just finished. This is a 2-year project with a ton of hand-tooled engraving. All this engraving is done with a Dremel, one strike at a time. You guys will see him back. We just finished a bike for Rusty Wallace, NASCAR legend, super nice guy. And we do a lot of corporate stuff. We just partnered up with the Arizona Coyotes. We were fortunate enough to build the Arizona Diamondbacks bike. The state of Arizona commissioned us to build them a copper chopper, which was the centennial mascot for our centennial celebration in 2012. 2009, we did a 26-inch wheel, which was, people were just, there's no way you could ride that thing, you know, that kind of thing. And it just blew open from there and found a great home in this industry, and I've been very fortunate to be able to make a living doing this, and something we love, and we're thrilled to be able to contribute to this industry for 25 years. It's hard to believe it's been 25 years. Thank you.